Thought Reflection 0415.5-26. Intentional Living as the New Operating System. Intentional living begins with choosing a perspective that you can truly live from. At the center of that perspective is your moral compass, which should be aligned with yourself, other people, and the world around you. This means doing your best to live in a way that does not intentionally cause harm, not only to others and yourself, but also to the earth and the larger system you are a part of. It is about living in a way that respects nature, avoids unnecessary destruction, and recognizes that your actions have an impact beyond just your immediate surroundings. It also means being honest and sincere, acting for the right reasons, and staying in your lane without interfering with others. It is not about perfection or rigid rules, but about making a consistent effort to live in alignment with what you know to be right. At the same time, that alignment has to be something you can actually live and function within. If it is too rigid, it will break. If it is too loose, you will drift. The goal is to find a balance within that perspective and live it as honestly as you can. This idea is not new. Variations of it have appeared throughout history in different forms. In Buddhism, there is a focus on observing thoughts without attaching to them and returning attention to the present moment. In Stoic philosophy, developed in ancient Greece and later Rome, there is an emphasis on focusing on your actions and letting go of the need to control outcomes. Even earlier, Greek philosophers spoke about the importance of self-examination and living a life guided by awareness and virtue rather than impulse. In Taoist thought, there is the idea of moving with life rather than forcing it. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a clear message to act with intention, but not become attached to the results. The Persian poet Rumi often pointed inward, suggesting that real change begins within rather than through controlling the outer world. In more modern times, Eckhart Tolle has emphasized the importance of the present moment, teaching that much of human stress comes from thinking about the past or projecting into the future, rather than living in what is actually happening. In the Bible, there are also reflections of this idea, encouraging a focus on the present and a trust in the unfolding of life rather than constant worry about what is to come. Across all of these perspectives, the same pattern appears. You are not meant to control everything. You are meant to be present, aware, and intentional in how you live. Most people spend much of their time either on autopilot or mentally preparing for situations that have not happened yet. They think about how something will go, what they will say, or how they want the outcome to turn out. This kind of mental rehearsal often creates anxiety, pressure, and expectation. When the moment arrives, they are not fully present. They are comparing reality to what they imagined. Intentional living offers a different approach. Instead of trying to control the situation ahead of time, you step into it without expectation and respond in real time. You are not trying to force the moment. You are simply there for it. This is where the practice becomes real. Being intentional is not just an idea, it is something you do. One of the most common ways to develop this is through meditation, where you focus your attention, often on your breathing, and gently bring it back whenever your mind begins to wander. This same idea can be carried into everyday life. You can focus on your breathing for a few moments during the day, pay attention while you're walking by noticing each step, or fully engage in whatever you are doing instead of drifting through it. These are simple ways of training yourself to stay in the moment rather than getting lost in thought. Thoughts will still come up and ideas will present themselves, but you do not have to follow them. You can acknowledge them, set them aside, and return to the moment. You are not trying to stop thinking. You are choosing not to be carried away by every thought. Intention also has layers. It is not only about your external actions, but also about your internal world. It includes how you think, how you frame situations, and the meaning you give to what is happening. Two people can experience the same situation and see it completely differently. Intentional living means choosing a perspective that keeps you grounded, and then doing your best to align both your thoughts and your actions within it. This is where alignment or balance begins to take shape. It is not something you achieve once, but something you return to again and again. Over time, this way of living changes how you move through the world. You are no longer reacting automatically or trying to control every outcome. Instead, you are present, aware, and intentional in both your thoughts and your actions. That is where a more stable and grounded sense of alignment comes from. These ideas are explored further in The Temple of the Seven Pillars, A Gentle Path to Alignment, written by Haggis Spira. The book was created as a practical framework to help people bring their thoughts, actions, and perspective into alignment and live more intentionally. It is not about becoming perfect, but about learning how to maintain and return to that alignment as best as you can in everyday life. Intentional living is not about having all the answers. It is about how you choose to meet life itself, how you meet presence and awareness as they unfold. Because life will move forward either way, unplanned, uncertain, and outside of your control. In that space, you will either fall back into habit or begin to live with intention, not just in moments, but as a way of being. And maybe in the end, it is not about what happens, but about who do you want to be.